from the Lehigh Arena, where it's Game 4 of the Buckland Cup final between the Wellington Dukes and the Oakville Blades. Wellington has their back up against the wall. Oakville could sweep this thing tonight. And on Tuesday, Oakville won 3-1 thanks to 2 goals from Spencer Kirsten, 1 goal from Josh Nixon, and another 3 big assists from Kyle Lewis. With more on the thoughts on that game, David, Alex, what you think?
Well, Lindsay, I think it was another slow start on the road for Wellington. They just couldn't get out of the gate strong enough, and it ended up costing them at the end of the game. Yeah, that's what's happened in the last couple games in this series. 3 in a row. The Wellington Dukes haven't left a first period with the lead, David. So if they're going to be successful here in game number 4, they have to make sure that they play with the lead. Yeah, they have to play with the lead, but Lindsay, they're going to have to do it without their top player.
Oh yeah, Sandro Rinaldi is serving a minimum 7-game suspension. That happened at the end of the second period on Tuesday. Labeled an abuse of official, and it's controversial, so why don't you take a look?
It's a little bit tough to see. It happens right under the scoreboard just as the camera pans down. This is courtesy of Hockey TV. And right there, that's about it. There's no doubt there's some contact between the official and Andrew Rinaldi, Alex, but in a lot of people's minds, it didn't justify the punishment handed out. Yeah, in a lot of people's minds, they're very upset about this. Andrew Rinaldi being a very key piece to the Wellington Dukes offense and just their complete best player all around, David, and he was here last year as well, and you take a look at something like that and you can't even appeal it either. So it's a tough loss for the Dukes. They'll have to find a way to rebound. The Buckland Cup is in the building. The Oakville Blades, a chance to bring home a title tonight, and that man will try to help them get the job done. Will Barber has been incredible for Oakville over the course of these playoffs, and you cannot argue with the numbers. A 134 goals against, a 951 save percentage, 3 shutouts as well, along with 15 wins and 2 losses. Across the pond is Logan Bateman, and he will try to stop the Dukes from getting swept. For the first time since 2015, Bateman has been good throughout these playoffs, but again, perhaps not where he would like to see his play at times. The center and just hopped over the stick of Massey on the far side. Sent to the net again, they score! Tyson Gilmore hasn't scored much in these playoffs. They would need to rely on him, and he gets the opening goal of game number 4. And a great tip from Tyson Gilmore in front of the net. And like you mentioned, he hasn't scored much in these playoffs, just his 5th goal. But he's the leading goal scorer on the ice for the Dukes in this series, in this game right now. And you look at that as he tips it on. He had 2 points back in game number 2 in this building. He continues right where he left off on home ice, tipping that one past Barber. Nothing that the Oakville goaltender can do on that one. At least going back to last game. Good work up top, though, here by the Oakville Blades. Pike slides it off. Low shot through, they score! A tip in the slot. And Harrison Israels will tie the game, and the 2 Voodoo teammates have accounted for the scoring so far tonight. Yeah, it's funny how that works, David. They both have their 5th of the postseason as well, so Israels with the high tip in the slot, able to slide that past Logan Bateman. A great executed power play there from the Oakville Blades, and it has them right back in this game. Now at 1-1, and you just look back to that penalty by Keenan Eddy, maybe one you didn't need to take, and all of a sudden, it's a new hockey game starting over in the second period. Good pass to Israels all alone in the slot. All he had to do was get a stick on it and change the direction, and we're all tied. Addison and Doggett going at it, and a shot by Harrison Israels, and he scores! And there's a crack in the armor that you were talking about, David, and it's Harrison Israels again scoring a big goal for the Oakville Blades, his 2nd of the game, his 6th of the postseason, and none bigger than that for the Oakville Blades, as now they have a 2-1 lead as they look to close in on a Buckland Cup. As we take one more look at it here, a nice shot there. And just Bateman just could not get set for that shot. A sneaky one that just slips right by him. Get a stick up. Long shot in, they score! Garrett Pike on the power play. And the Oakville Blades have some early 3rd period insurance. And Garrett Pike, who's been a mainstay on this blue line all season long, getting the job done.
for his team, 55 points in 54 games, including 12 goals. He's got that big shot on the top of the power play, and he uses it right here very early on. As you see, they work it back to the top of the umbrella, and the shot through traffic. Logan Bateman can't see it through the screen, and that's going to beat him up over the glove, and it's going to make it real tough here for the Wellington Dukes to try to come back.
Hannah into the middle, Gonzalez scores! Oh, don't count the defending champs out just yet. 5:12 left, and a power play goal from Elijah Gonzalez has made it 3-2.
And all of a sudden there's life in this building again. A huge power play goal. They didn't capitalize on the 5-on-3, and then all of a sudden they kill off the 5-on-3 of the Oakville Blades, and they come right back down the ice and score. That's Gonzalez's 11th of the postseason, and he's no stranger to big goals in the postseason, as that one is huge. And it gives them life here to try to cut that lead right down to a tie game again.
25 seconds left with number 25 for the Dukes dumping it in, Dylan Massey. Round back of the net it comes. Massey trying to get the puck free, 15 seconds to go. Still on the outside and now just held on the boards, and that's a smart play. Back it comes though, 10 seconds left, shot on, and just wide of the net, 6 to go. Backhanded around the back of the net, and time is going to expire. Hockey fans around 16 Mile Creek have waited 9 years to hear it. Your Oakville Blades, OJHL Buckland Cup champions.
And what a playoff run for the Oakville Blades, who do it here in a sweep-like fashion in Wellington to take the Buckland Cup and punch their ticket to the Dudley Hewitt in Cochrane, Ontario.
3-2 here in Game 4, and again, first time Wellington's been swept since 2015. First time Oakville have swept a series since 2009. And it is an absolutely well-deserved victory. And we'll start with some of our on-ice reaction. Let's send it downstairs to Lindsay Herron, who's with the head coach of the Oakville Blades, Mike Tarantino.
Mike Tarantino, 5 years as the head coach of this team. You've played on this team before. What does it mean to finally win the Buckland?
I'm just so happy for our guys. I mean, they've put so much time, effort, sacrifice. That's cliche again. I don't really have much words right now, but I'm just so happy for those guys all down there.
Let's go back down to Lindsay, see who she's got down there now. Linz?
Kirsten, 2 assists tonight, 60 points in the regular season. You're a big reason why this Cub kept running and gutting through all these different matchups. What does it mean to win a Buckland finally?
Oh, I think it's the best feeling I've had in a very long time. It's unreal. Like the group of guys we have, and how tight-knit we are. It's just all accumulated to this moment, and it's unreal. Focus on this moment and the group of guys we have in this locker room, and it's just a real feeling right now.
All right, Spencer, congratulations. Get back to the handshake.
Playoff run, just shaking hands at the end of the game, just to show respects to both of the people that battled in this game. And for one, it's just a great feeling. For another, it's just what could have been.
Well, John Druce and Derek Smith have been on the other side of this handshake line before. We had a shot of Andrew Rinaldi in the mix there, and you have to wonder, what this game might have been like should he have played. Spencer Kirsten and Zach Ewens with an embrace there. A couple of leaders on their teams. Tyson Gilmore obviously doing his part so much for the Dukes in this season, one of their main players. And
Will Barber, your record 16-2 now in the postseason. Talk about this team and the chemistry, especially with what Mike Tarantino put you guys through in this playoff run.
We brought in a few guys at deadline, and every single guy in this team worked for each other. We worked as a team. There wasn't any selfish play out there, and we just worked together. We couldn't do this without everyone else supporting one another, and that's really what helped us get this win.
You finally have the Buckland Cup for the Oakville Blades. It's been since 2010. What does this mean to you personally?
This means everything. I mean, we have a special group of guys over there, and we worked hard all year to get to this point. And now that we've done this, we got to keep going because we're not done yet.
Thank you, Will. Congratulations. Take care. Thank you.
Peyton Reeves and the Oakville Blades, Buckland Cup champions, and headed to Cochrane. Unbelievable run for the Oakville Blades. But before we go and leave you with some of the final celebrations, we have to say thank you to all the volunteers, both here and in the Halton region, that put these games on all across our YourTV network, province-wide. These games do not go on the air without hours and hours of tireless work by volunteers who do this for the love of putting community television and hockey on the air. So our thanks to them for making us look so good and giving us the opportunity and the privilege to do this every week and to be here. And yeah, it couldn't be done without them.
Yeah, and big thank you to the Wellington Dukes as well for giving us a great season, a great playoff run to go with it. It was an absolute blast. I know I've had a great time, David. I'm sure you have as well. And just thank you to everyone involved. It's been a really good year.
It's always a pleasure to watch these young men succeed and celebrate moments like this as the Oakville Blades are the 2019 Buckland Cup champions. For Alex Mahar, Lindsay Heron, and our entire YourTV crew, David Foote saying thanks again so much for watching, for following along, for joining in on this season of the OJHL Tonight on YourTV.